Good evening and salutations, my GH fans. So, you got Olivia and Ned going at it because, well, Ned treated his daughter like trash. There was no other way to sit there and put it. It was really terrible the way he handled it, and I get that. I understand where Ned is coming from, but the way he went about it was just terrible. And Olivia called him out on it. And I gotta be honest, when I looked at that situation, I was like, yo, she's not one of your employees. She's your daughter, you know? Um, and so at this point, Olivia just had enough. Between that and, honestly, to tell you the truth, I think she just had enough of him in general. Between the whole daughter situation, how he is more focused on the LQ than paying attention to her and what she needs. I think that she's just over at this point. And she also gets a text from Sasha because Brooklyn is hurting. Now let's talk about Brooklyn for a minute, because here's the thing. It's really hard for me to feel sorry for her, to have sympathy for her, when she's too busy treating other people like trash around her. And so she goes in on Chase and Sasha for a majority of the episode. And I'm like, it just annoyed me. Honestly, to tell you the truth, it kind of put me in a foul mode. But anyway, Olivia comes in and pulls it to the side. And Chase is like, well, she's not normally like this. She's just drunk and hurting. And I'm like, Chase, I love your character, but shut the hell up. Because one, she's obnoxious like that when she's sober. And number two, what, because she can't handle her alcohol, she gotta treat other people like trash? No. I'm not giving her a free pass, and shame on you for doing that. Also, Sasha is, well, I don't want to sit there and say she's back on drugs, but she's also, taking drugs on a more consistent basis. Now, Brooklyn said something to her that really, shook her at her emotional core. And before that, the world's worst drug dealer approached her. And I kind of laughed for a little bit, but I was also disappointed in Sasha. So Sasha pretty much just had enough of Brooklyn and her mouth. And the woman walks up to her and she's like, oh, I know you from Deception or whatever. And, Sasha's like, well, where do you know me from? And the woman's like, well, my friend, she gave you something because, you need a little pick-me-up. And I'm sitting there thinking, could you have said that any louder? You gotta be the worst drug dealer in the world. So Sasha takes her to the back, into the bathroom, is like, yo, that was a one-time thing. So tell me why that's just a one-time thing. When she handed you the drugs, you took it. Now, me personally, if I don't want something, I'm not gonna take it. But anyway, Brooklyn says something to Sasha, and she decided to take some stuff. She walks back up the Chase, and she just has so much energy. She's like, let's not feel sorry for ourselves, let's do something. And I'm also sitting there thinking, Chase, you're supposed to be a detective. You can't tell that this woman isn't high on something. Like 1 minute she's really feeling really bad and really crappy or whatever and just sad. And then she comes back from the bathroom and she's just she can run a marathon. And that doesn't strike you as odd? Okay. Sure. So anyway, Carly fills him in and it's the whole custody case worked out. And yeah. So, let's go in with one second. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of had to do this 5 times, and I kept losing my place and shit. So, let's start. Let's go in with let's go in with Ava and Nicholas. So they argue back and forth like usual. They both say some really hurtful things to each other, and well, there was truth in both of the things that they said. But the thing with Nicholas is that he tried to come up with this sort of scheme of well, my son isn't gonna want me back unless I have my money, and if you can really help me out with this whole divorce thing. And I'm sitting there thinking, is she really gonna fall for that? Before you know it, they're too busy getting into an argument with each other, going back and forth. And then towards the end of the episode, Nicholas, talks to Spencer or whatever. It's like, yeah, I think she fell for it, like she has no idea that we're working together. I'm sitting there thinking, bro, she could have been around the corner. And if she heard everything that you're saying, you're not that bright. I just, I don't understand that. And plus, by the way, wasn't he the same guy that was sitting there getting on Valentine like yesterday about having these clandestine conversations or whatever, using big SAT words? But yet you weren't smart enough to sit there and think maybe she could be somewhere in the house. Okay, bro, you do you. Anyway, let's let's go in with Franco and Liz, because Liz has been just getting on my damn nerves, to be honest. Franco wants her to go to this art unveiling of Ava, and Liz is just like, no. She's too busy on her high horse, and she's all upset with Ava for having Franco trading on his past or whatever for like success and money and stuff like that. But Franco's like, listen, this would be good for us. This would be good for us for me to boost my confidence, to get more money, money that we both need, which, you know what, since we're on the subject of money, why hasn't Liz one time reached out towards Jason for money? Because last time I checked, Jason's rich, and they've been having money trouble for a while, and this is the reason why it's so important for Franco to try to like prove himself to the art world so that way he can get more buzz and more people buying his paintings. But I'm sitting there thinking like, well, you don't want him to sit there and pushing himself so hard and trading up on bad notoriety or whatever, but yet you can't sit there and ask Jason for money? Like, are you kidding me? So anyway, she just is all judgmental, and is not even sitting there thinking about the fact that the reason why Franco wants to do this so much, like wants to sit there and take Liz to this whole show, isn't just for the money. It's for self-confidence. It's sit there and show her, the painting and stuff like that, but she's just... And I get it. For some people, when I looked online, I see, Jesus Christ, people really do not like Liz. And I don't get the super hatred for her, but I'm not gonna lie, I kind of understand it in this instant. I feel like both of them have this problem, Liz and Lulu. Like, they both have this problem of, they try to act like saints, they sit there and try to judge other people as like, like they're perfect. So I get why people don't like Liz. And then you got Sam that's not there going at Brando talking about, well, you sabotaged this, you did it, you caused the accident and stuff like that. They go at each other for a while, and I gotta be honest with you, I was kind of like over it to some extent because, well, Sam doesn't have any proof. And also, I feel like this is one of those things where it's like, should I just go with Occam's razor? Or should I sit there and think that GH has something more in store? That is not what it seems, sort of deals. Because when Sonny sits there and talks to Jason, Sonny's like, what happened? And Jason's just like, well, 1 minute I was riding, next minute next minute I just crashed. And Jason's like, listen, we need to sit there and just kind of go over the evidence and to sit there and see, was it the parts? Was it him? What was it? Also, quick little side note, Jason got a helmet. Because for whatever odd reason, Jason is just I guess too much of a badass to not wear a helmet. And here's the thing, and this is just not in this show, but just a lot of shows, that they've been trying to, they've been doing this whole helmet thing or whatever for a while. So I was sitting there wondering, like, why today, when Carly brings over the helmet, that this is a thing now. And Jason's like, yeah, I'll wear the helmet next time I ride. And I'm sitting there thinking, did GH not want to actually do like a PSA message? Because if that was the case, then we're just gonna sit there and act like the Me Too thing wasn't a PSA thing. So I don't know. I felt that kind of odd, and it was just a little weird. And it's like it was something that should just happened a long time ago. But also we find out that Cyrus is the chairman of GH, because Lulu was sitting there asking Nicholas, for money or whatever, and telling Sunny about the situation, and then talking about a foothold. But then I think that Sunny leaves or whatever, and she starts talking to Cyrus, which, by the way, again, I'm gonna sit there and point this out again. Lulu and her spunky attitude is just going off on the mouth or whatever, like, oh, well, Cyrus, this, that, and the third. And then Cyrus is like, I'm the chairman. And Lulu didn't have anything to say. And that was probably the best part. When Lulu was just dumbfounded, she was just like, mouth just open, it was great. It was good. It was one of those rare times you can actually sit there and just shut up Lulu. But yeah, he's the chairman. And the thing that was really kind of annoying was that Lulu was all like, oh, I'm not just gonna stop it, and Nicholas gonna stop it, this, that, and the third, and yada, yada, yada. I'm like, you don't know as much as you think you do. And you walk in with an attitude like you do. And the minute that Cyrus proved her wrong, like, I'm the chairman, she looked dumb. And I wish more scenes would happen like that with Lulu. I'm not Lulu's biggest fan. I don't hate her, but I'm just like, you can get kind of annoying at times. A lot of times. So when Cyrus did what he did, I was like, great scene. Great scene. And yeah, that's... One second. Okay. I don't know if I said this or not, but if I didn't say this, well, if I did say this, I apologize. And if I didn't say this, well, let me just say it. And this is also the reason why I don't sit there. Okay, so Nicholas and Ava really go back at each other. And long story short, Nicholas has this weird and kind of dumb plan of sitting there saying that, my son isn't going to want me back without my money. And making her believe that. And somehow, oh yeah, okay, I did already say this. The reason why I didn't want to sit there and say it again was because, well, this is like my third take, and I'm not gonna lie, I kind of didn't want to do this again. The same thing again. And also, I want to make sure that my videos are actually coming out good. That my talking points are, good or whatever. And yeah. So anyway, the hell was I at? I'm gonna pause it again. Oh yeah, I was at Lulu. So yeah, great scene, and I don't know, Lulu is a character that I'm just like, I don't know. Anyway, that's gonna do it. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Let me know in the comments what you thought. Did you like this episode? Did you not like this episode? What was your favorite part? What was your least part? How do you feel about Liz? How do you feel about Ned? Because two of them just stuck out like a sore thumb. Also, again, for some of the people that, actually, never mind. Leave your comments below. Let me know what you think. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. I will catch you in the next review.